Hi, my name's Jo. I use she, her pronouns exclusively. I'm a Capricorn sun, an Aquarius moon, and a Leo rising. Figure it out, I can't. I'm mostly described as a butch. Somewhere between feminine and butch. Binary trans woman. I initially came out as gender non-conforming, gender non-binary, and it was an interesting kind of experience for me because it opened my eyes to life outside the binary and made it interesting to kind of know what else exists, and has made my freedom of expression so much wider. My main passion has pretty much always been music. I grew up playing the drums as a kid, eventually went on to do jazz training for guitar, DJing as well, professionally for most of the time, disco music for queer clubs, minimal techno for straight clubs. I grew up in a town in Victoria called Mornington. Pretty interesting for a little closeted trans kid. There were probably 3 out gay people on the entire peninsula and everybody knew who they were as those gay people, and I just never wanted that. So hardcore closeting for most of my life. I think I was 8 the first time I tried on some of my sister's clothes thinking that I looked pretty cool, but the reaction that I kind of got from my family and the people around me was humorous, and I was making them laugh. It was repressed pretty hard. I was presenting hyper masculine. I just had to do everything I could to just be that tough kid who wouldn't get stepped on. I have one sister. There's been this sense of mourning for her that we can't kind of get past, which is a little bit sad. She supports me and loves me with her whole heart. She sees me as a bit of a different person, but I actually had the power to come out as trans after I had changed, after I had learned everything that I had learned. I changed well before I came out. I think change and growth is awesome. My dad, who I had conflict with growing up as a teenager, pretty much from the day that I came out to him, he was just my biggest support, pretty much forcing me to go to Northside Clinic and get everything done and see a psych and get my stuff sorted because he just wanted me to be happy and to feel free. The only sadness that he ever expressed was he was worried that my life was going to be a bit harder than it was before. Mum always loves me and she just wants to love me as I am, and I know there's some of the political side of it that she kind of struggles to grasp, but she does listen and she does try and grow, so I am truly blessed for my parents. I don't really suffer from all that much dysphoria. I suffered a lot of dysphoria, especially before coming out. My dysphoria would come out in self-harm a lot of the time. If I wanted to not smack my head against a wall, I had to put on a cute dress and spin around in the mirror. It's good to be able to kind of deal with these things on your own because there's not always someone there. I think I'm pretty confident in my womanhood, and I understand that even though there's parts of my body that I don't like them because they're not female body parts, because they live on me, so of course they are. So I think that's just kind of conquered dysphoria for me, and I think I'm pretty lucky because of that. It's been a journey, mate. While this is the queer capital of Australia, it's the gay cis male capital of Australia, and it's incredibly prominent, and drag is very much in that scene that I'm not really allowed in unless I want to be hit on by chasers at the club, which I don't. There is a strong lesbian drag scene as well, but unfortunately what I've found in a lot of these segregated lesbian communities is that a lot of them aren't incredibly trans accepting. I've had experiences in these spaces where I have been abused for being there. Other cases where I've been hit on and made out with before someone yells "I love trannies" to all their friends, and these are basically what my concept of these spaces are. It's just been twisted by these patriarchal values that still favour cis gay men over the rest of the queer community. In saying that, there are safe spaces like Secret Garden, All the Best Queers, Girl Thing, which runs all around Sydney, Deeper Than House, throw heaps of parties, and Fur Coat. Shut up. They're doing awesome things with the queer community and bringing everyone together. Yeah, just a bunch of legends and allies. Someone famous that I look up to would definitely be Honey Dijon, trans DJ from America, who's just doing awesome things, paying homage to all the queer artists who kind of started dance music. The best thing you can do anytime is reach out, and you might not always be able to reach out in your community. I know that's such a rough thing to say because for some people it's like, well, to who? You'll find such strong trans communities online. There's people out there willing to talk to you. You can message me. I'm sure my tag will be down somewhere. If you're comfortable in the closet and you need to be in there for a while, that's okay. Don't feel that pressure from other queer people around you telling you that you're not trans enough or not queer enough. However you're living your life and whatever you identify as is valid. Do you realize how beautiful and important you are? Sometimes I think it's really hard kind of being a trans person and kind of coming to terms with the compliments that are given to you, because a lot of the time they're given by people with ulterior motives. I'm kind of learning a bit to love myself at the moment. Yay!